Time to go dodge a storm.
Hey everyone, on last week's episode, we sailed to Kefalonia and picked up some of our friends. On this week's episode, we're going to take our friends and sail them around the island of Zakynthos, where we'll say goodbye and head to the mainland to avoid what looked like an absolutely massive storm. But first we have to show them the reality of boat life with their first boat job, and then it's time to sail to Zakynthos.
It's not all glitz and glamour.
Oh dear, storm. Can we also comment on why I hate boatwork so much, of how much messy it gets?
How
messy it gets.
Yeah.
When you're doing such a small area. Like,
We're off.
you went keen on that one.
And we've made it. We've made it to Shipwreck Bay. Shipwreck Bay is one of the world's most famous beaches. In 1980, this ship ran aground and was washed up perfectly onto this beach. Normally, you can't really anchor here. Usually the swell, the waves and the wind just make this place horrible. But we got super lucky, and because of that, we pretty much had the beach to ourselves, which definitely is not normal.
Peter, smile.
Zakynthos is also renowned for turtles, and so while we were there we found two that had just hatched, and because they were what seemed like an eternity away from the water, we gave them a little helping hand just to take about 3 to 5 days off of their journey to the water.
Oh God!
Shipwreck.
Start again. Bye, Shipwreck Bay. It's been lovely, truly magical. Sea of turtles, swam the sea, saw caves, the stars. It's been lovely.
The stargazing last night was really cool.
Yeah, it was really good.
So it was.
I'd highly recommend, and probably come when there's not as many tourists.
Yep, and we're here off peak. It's October, so it's surprisingly
pretty busy.
still
You can
busy.
see the big ships.
Although nowhere near is what it would be in July or August, so that's pretty good. But yeah, on to the next anchorage.
Whee! My arm's sore.
So yeah, it's our last night with these guys. We have went to Shipwreck Bay and then we went to another little bay just south of that. And now we are in... Where are we now?
Kerry.
We're in Kerry. We went to Kerry.
We went to Kerry Lighthouse
Like-
about 2 hours ago.
Like the
And now we're in Kerry Town.
not the actual lighthouse, because it was 300 metres up a cliff.
No,
Who
we
would
went
have
to the
thought?
beach below it.
So now we're in
Like,
the town. And
Great, well not Grace, it's Anti. See the viewpoints that you have? Maybe make a walkway up to them. And then you can do both.
yeah, it's either or
Because
here.
it seems like a lot of hassle to go and get a car.
Everyone did say when you go to Zante, just get a car, but what's the point in having a boat if you've if you don't use it?
It sounds like a cool idea, and I'm not opposed to it, but
Well, yeah.
it would have been a mad rush to get to Zakynthos today, like the port.
We could get there early in the morning tomorrow, technically, and
No, we couldn't have rented a car. You need to be at that viewpoint for, it says, like 8 AM.
well.
That wouldn't work.
So yes, Tomorrow is the last day with these guys, and it's been lovely.
I am so sad.
Having people, and we haven't filmed an awful lot,
No.
but we've just been kind of on holiday, which sounds crazy, but that is.
It does feel like we've been on holiday though. It's been really nice break.
Well, no work, no jobs have been done.
Nothing.
Literally nothing. It's been lovely.
Oh, the boat's a mess and it's nice and it's.
So yeah, before it gets any
It's
darker,
just-
tomorrow's plan is to head back to Zakynthos, and then we will say goodbye and then have our last night there.
I'm actually really sad.
It will be. It'll be
I've
sad.
really enjoyed having them here.
Yeah.
And it's been jam packed.
Yeah, I was counting up. We've done about 150 miles in the last week. It's been like a charter.
Yeah.
It's like we've chartered effectively.
Not
It's
paid.
like it's kind of like that same idea where you charter and you book your charter from X location to arrive in this location. But anyway, yes,
It's very cold now.
it's getting winterized.
Very cold.
No more swimming. Swimming is
Not really. Yeah, swimming's not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable, but it can only last for about 10 minutes.
it's
And then you
nothing
need to
new
get
there
off.
then.
Oh, that's true. Is that meant to be a sex joke? I'm sad. Now we're on our own.
Now what do we do?
Sleep. So, good morning. So, we are in Zakynthos and there is a huge storm heading our way. I think it's a southerly storm. So, we're trying to get out of here as quickly as possible and head up to Messolonghi. So, wish us luck. Time to go dodge a storm.
So before we go anywhere, let's just show you how perfectly I played the game of putting out all your chain. Now remember, we've got 100 meters of chain, and here in Greece you put your chain out whenever you're tying up onto a key. Look at this! It's literally 2 meters left. Yeah, all round a pretty successful game. But yeah, let's get going. Yeah, last year there was a massive storm here that wiped out a lot of boats, and it was mostly because of just poor planning from the people who were on the boats. A lot of charter boats and people who were just kind of ignorant of the fact there was a storm. Like there's people right beside us who basically, the guy who runs the whole harbour was like, you really shouldn't be staying here for this storm that's coming. And they were like, no, it's fine, we're lucky. And he was like, we'll see how lucky you are in 2 days. Because last year there was boats that were sunk here. So it's Tuesday, the storm's coming tomorrow night and Thursday. It's going to pretty much come through here at about 50 knots. It's not incredibly bad, like you could find somewhere to stay, but it's easier.
Why would we do that?
It's just easier to get out of the way completely. So we are going to head towards the mainland and see where we can end up. Possibly Messolonghi, Patras, maybe not even as far as that, but it's only for about 24 hours, maybe 36 hours. But that's what we're doing this week. How exciting! It's all part of the life of living on a boat.
I'm just happy it didn't happen last week.
I know. So
Good timing that we have even the 2 days after they've gone.
well, this is the biggest issue with having guests. If somebody has to fly out of somewhere, you kind of have to hang around that area. So if they had came yesterday and they were leaving from here next week, we would kind of have to stay somewhere nearby, which kind of would be horrendous. So yeah,
Very unenjoyable for them.
but that's it. We're off at a semi-reasonable time, and we've got about 7 or 8 hours to see on today.
So what are you doing?
Right, so in the last week we've spoken to 2 or 3 people, or we've seen 2 or 3 people locally catch like mahi-mahi and tuna.
And swordfish.
And swordfish. So we've decided to play along with the fishing game, and we have no idea how to fish. And we've been told to get this funny looking fella and drag it behind the boat, about 50 metres or 50 to 100 metres behind the boat. But fishing's hard work to get it all set up, let me tell you.
Especially when you're not like, you can't do fiddly things.
Fiddly things, and there's stupid flapping tentacles flapping all over your face.
Getting the tentacles hitting off his face.
And also fishing's expensive.
Yes, fishing is very expensive.
Who would have thought? We got this lure and like a bunch like smaller ones of this, and then we got this one last week which we've been trying, which hasn't done anything so far. We've had it behind the boat for about 5 days and nothing's happened. So.
Look at the baby squid.
But anyway, fishing 101. Don't stab yourself. That's as much as I can tell you so far.
Yeah.
We need to give it a name.
I was going to say Squidward, but that's pretty obvious.
Squidward.
So we were kind of successful. Turns out we caught something,
It took the lure,
but it took the bottom lure.
and the other lure was massive, so must have been a big flipping fish.
Like, that's it. It took that.
Yeah.
We don't know how to tell. I guess it's the problem. Being able to tell when you've actually caught something to be able to pull it in.
I've been checking it like every 10 minutes or so, just to giving it a tug and see. And I noticed there was a lot less pressure on it. So I thought we lost, I actually thought we lost the new one that we got there, the Squidward. So we pulled it in, and it turns out it was the other one that's gone, but it was big, so it must have been a big fish that took it. But yeah, we don't exactly know how to tell when you've caught something other than checking it every couple of minutes, which could be too late by the time you check it. So, so I've been wondering how to tell if you've got a fish. I've put the we're not sailing anyway, so put this round here, and now if a fish pulls on this, we'll hear it clicking, and this will move. Aren't I clever? We're in Messolonghi. That was about 7 hours, maybe. Oh, we got to sail about the last hour, maybe hour and a half. And we didn't catch fish. We lost a lure, and we definitely got a fish. We almost caught a bird, definitely, because it picked up a lure. And yeah, apparently the drive into Messolonghi Marina, or the anchorage, is really cool. So go on in. It's just this massive, long kind of run the whole way up to the marina, all the way up here. So apparently this is pretty incredible landscape around it as you're going up. So. Right, so we're in Messolonghi. So far it's pretty nice. I mean, it's nice, but the reason we're actually here is, yes, one, to try and dodge the storm. That we may stay here tomorrow night for that. If not, we may go somewhere else, a little bit more to the east, to try and get away from that more. But the real reason we're actually here is to see what it's like for winter. So it's now the 5th of October, and yeah, we kind of need to figure out in the next 2 weeks what we're doing for winter. Obviously we said about Preveza, but this is another option. It's much cheaper, so we're just going to go into the town. Let's see, what is that?
Nothing. It's just a house.
Cooper saw that and lost his mind.
It's just a house.
Anyway, so yeah, Preveza's probably the main one we're going to, but this one's much cheaper. So we just wanted to come and see what the time is like. So
the winner at the minute is here has flamingos.
That's a flamingo.
Need to find them. Just saw them flying over us. So that's the goal while we're here. Find the flamingos and get some good photos.
Right, so we're in Messolonghi, and basically this storm, it's coming right through where we were 2 days ago, or yesterday, sorry, in Zante and through Kefalonia. This is probably our first like major storm that we're trying to kind of get through. So it's at the moment it's up to about 60 knots, which isn't exactly ideal. So the first step of any kind of plan in terms of like a storm plan is get away from it. So we've done that as much as we can. We probably could go a little bit further inland, but at the moment it actually looks like it's going to be just as bad there. So we're going to stick in Messolonghi. The plan was that we were just going to anchor here, but I don't know if you can see behind, there are a few boats here and we can't actually probably get enough chain out that I'd feel comfortable staying here. So we're actually just going to go into the marina now, which was something we didn't really want to do because marinas aren't necessarily any better for, you know, like high wind scenarios, but this seems to be pretty well protected. It should be okay. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now. We're just going to get kind of ready and get all the fenders and get ready to go in. It's a little bit windy, it's not too bad. It should be okay to get in, although it's the first time in 3 months going into a marina, so still a bit stressful, but we'll just do as much as we can and hopefully be okay for the next 48 hours. Okay, that's us for another week. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, we'd love it if you could like and comment anything down below. And don't forget to subscribe, because next week we're going to see how bad this storm actually gets. And also we've got some more big decisions about where exactly we're going to be for winter. And if you'd like to support us, you can find us on Patreon at Sailing Amari. But yeah, thanks for watching and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later. Have a great week. Bye.